Hey everyone, welcome back to the GameSpot stage here at E3 2017. Joining Dave and myself, two faces you might recognize from Xbox's E3 press briefing. We have Brendan Greene, PlayerUnknown himself. Welcome.
Thanks very much.
And Chris Charla from the ID at Xbox program.
Hey.
Welcome. So guys, big E3 for ID at Xbox, big E3 for Xbox.
Absolutely.
Should we start with Battlegrounds coming to Xbox? That is a big get, not only for Xbox, but it's your console sort of premiere, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. We can't wait. I mean, the game preview program is great for games like us, so we can kind of do early access on console, and the Xbox One X is a beast anyway, so can't wait to see it on that.
You guys have been doing a really great job at supporting and optimizing your game for PC, at least. You've had that mantra of a monthly update.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the same going to console, or is it like will the versions always be tied together?
I'd like to think so, but again, I'm not 100% sure on our development plans for that. But you know, we have a pretty, as I said, active development. We have weekly and monthly updates, and you know, I'm sure that will carry over to Xbox as well.
So how did this sort of new partnership come about?
We saw the game. Awesome. You know, we've known the folks at Bluehole for a little while. And obviously, they do Terra and everything, and then the game's fantastic. So, I was over in Korea and met up, and there you go.
Yeah. So do we know the extent of is it going to be Xbox exclusive in terms of consoles, or is it?
It's a console launch exclusive, so it'll be when it's in Xbox Game Preview.
Awesome. So I mean, what are the challenges in bringing it to console?
Well, again, it's a massive open world. It's like 8x8 with 100 players, which in itself is a challenge. But Unreal is a great engine for that, and like we have it running on Scorpio already, and it runs relatively stably, right? Like we're getting a pretty solid 30 FPS on which is like for a game that we haven't really spent a lot of time optimizing yet. I mean, it's a great start.
Yeah.
For a game it's obviously heavily influenced by like the online community, like Twitch. You guys have also Xbox has been talking about Mixer. Are you going to be implementing the whole Mixer thing with that as well, and having elements of that in there?
Yeah. I mean, we want to do it across all the streaming platforms. You know, we want to provide support for them all. I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, that was the thing that you guys dropped. Was it this morning that because of that, the guy on was it YouTube who had players. Like friends coming in to be zombies. You guys are now introducing zombies?
Yeah, so we saw this on YouTube where they had zombie modes in our custom games, and when we were in Prague doing motion capture, we decided, right, let's capture some zombie animations just to have it. And then myself and the animator sat down over the 3 days before E3, just made a quick video showing off the zombie animations. We've no plans for them, like set plans for them yet, but they'll be player controlled, which is going to be interesting. You know, it's not just AI, it's 100 players running at you. Right.
If we hope. The element of like the Twitch partners when it comes to PC, and they can create their custom games, is that going to be something that also carries over to console? Are we going to be able to join in with our favorite streamers? They're doing things like that?
Not sure yet. I mean, it's certainly possible.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the kind of thing we'd love to include, and so I'm sure we'll all be looking at it.
Yeah, we want to do deep integration with all the streaming sites, so like it is easy for content creators to play with their fan base and stuff like that. And you know, our partner program is like, it's not just for Twitch partners, it's for like community members that do a good job, and for bigger communities and LAN events and stuff like that. And you know, it's a great way to see what they come up with.
How has it been seeing the community's reaction when you're adding things that in any other game might be a small change, like just tweaks to movement and weather, and the community goes nuts for it? Because those small elements are actually changing your game so much. A map when it's raining is a completely different experience to a map when it's sunny. Like, how does that feel?
I know, but this is what we want. We want like that sort of depth of gameplay, that like every match you play is different. And you know, we're adding 3 more weather settings in, and you know, that's just again going to guarantee that, okay, it's a foggy map, you're not going to be able to play as a sniper so much this round, and really try to get people out of their comfort zones and challenge them in the game.
Yeah, as a fan, I mean, it's a huge deal, right? Because like you play this game totally, at least I play this game totally differently than I would play like a traditional first-person shooter or something like that. Like, I'm sitting there, usually turtling, hiding, camping, depending on what word you want to use.
I won't judge, I play the same way.
And just like staring at the environment for anything to move. And so, you know, if it's foggy or it's raining, that actually makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I honestly can't wait for foggy weather and zombies. You know, that's just going to be just,
even more intense.
Right.
We play a lot in the office.
There's been a lot of sweaty palms and shaky hands at the end of a game.
There's been some curt words.
Yes, I am well known for swearing at the end of a round. I apologize for that.
Assault brings it out in all of us.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
So how have you had to adapt the game for console? When you're playing on PC, at least, it feels like it's almost designed for a PC. The way the inventory system works, the way the movement works, the way leaning around corners works, and everything like that. How are you changing that for console? Is there any challenges, any tweaks that you've had to make for like a gamepad?
Well, no, this is it. Like, we're going to be talking with you guys about like the best way to move forward with this, and we know it's important to get a really good, solid control, especially for a shooter. You need good movement controls and stuff like that. I'm working with these guys. I mean, they have the experience of doing it for many other games. So.
Yeah, and I actually tested it on gamepad, and I got a top 5, which is actually
Nice.
the best score I've ever gotten. So maybe gamepad's like the.
Was that a game PC players as well?
Yeah, I was actually playing
Are you
against PC players.
debunking the theory of PC controls versus?
Let me debunk it just up into this. Like I tell you, like I'm a camper, and so I did quite well. I got top 5. Then I actually had to came face to face with someone else. I did not get top 4.
Well, you're going to be implementing things like assisted aiming for when it's very much console then.
We'll probably have to do something.
Yeah.
We want to try to get it to I think was it Destiny have a really good feeling, and that's the kind of aim we're going for. Is that it just feels solid? That it doesn't feel like cheating, but it feels solid. It's.
So with Xbox, a big thing that you guys are doing these days is like play anywhere, like cross-platform play. Is that going to be implemented with the console version?
It's up to these guys.
I'm
Balls
sure
in your
we'll
court.
try
Yeah.
it. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Like, it's possible. The Unreal Engine allows you to do this, and it's possible to do across all platforms. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of things that are really about gamepad versus mouse and keyboard that,
You want to make sure that no one has a leg up compared to the other
Yeah,
platform,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And you guys, obviously, you're in early access at the moment, and you've said previously you've not really given yourselves a landmark date. It's kind of coming out when you're happy with it and when it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
But whenabouts the console players are going to get their hands on it?
Well, we said like later this year. I mean, we don't want to give any certain ETA because that comes with problems. You say this thing and then you have to delay it. So it's later this year. We want to make sure that it's solid. It's the same as like when we were going from our closed beta into early access. That we wanted like the game that was sold in early access to be pretty stable. And it has been pretty stable since launch. So we still have to improve a lot of stuff, but that's the same we want to go for console. Make sure it's stable and playable. Go from there.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys at ID Xbox been involved in this project? Has it kind of been a secret behind the things?
Yeah, it has been. Like I haven't, I have carefully not tweeted about the game, even though I've been playing a ton of it, and because I don't want to jinx things, or you know what I mean. So, so it's really nice to be able to tell the world about it and have you on stage, and it's just been really, really cool. But yeah, we've been fans really since the beginning. So.
Yeah.
And what's your involvement now? Are you kind of helping these guys develop it for console alongside the development for PC, or is it kind of develop it for PC and then move it to console?
These guys are the developers, and so but we're here to like there's things like, hey, what's the best practices for controller? What's the best practices for lots of different things on Xbox, achievements, all sorts of things like that. And so we're sort of here to consult on that, but like we're not the creators, by any means. Like these are the guys. So
I mean, we have so the Xbox version is being done by a company called Anticto. They're based in Spain. They do the character customization system. We have Mutable. It's middleware, and they're handling most of the Xbox work. So the PC version has its own team, and the Xbox version has its own team. We have like our 3D replay system in game, and that has its own. Like, we've employed a small Korean company to come in and be on site and do just that for us. So we're expanding the team to be able to do all these projects without having to split, some of the PC guys go and work on Xbox. It doesn't happen like that. It's like we have our own teams for every individual thing, so it'll be good for development.
One thing I love about ID at Xbox is the variety of games that you guys always have unshown. I think this year's press conference for Xbox was a great display of that. Apart from Battlegrounds, what are the other big wins that you guys have had this?
Oh, I mean, there's some amazing games. I think there was there was 42 games that were shown in the Xbox briefing.
Just 42.
Yeah, only 42. And I think more than 25 of those were ID at Xbox games, or titles from independent developers. And so, just like you, I love the variety. There's really something for everybody on Xbox coming from the ID program. So you've got games for people who are really interested in competitive multiplayer, and you've also got games like Ooblets, which I don't know if you guys have seen, but it's just a super beautiful a cute game where it's like a farming simulator and you're raising these cute little animals, and it's just awesome. But whether it's adventure or action or exploration, there really is like sort of something from everyone from the program. So it's been cool.
When you reach out to developers, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a game that will maybe fill a hole that you think the Xbox lineup has, or are you looking just for that one great idea?
I think we're really just looking for, it goes both ways. We have a lot of developers reaching out to us all the time, and then of course it shows like E3 and PAX and Gamescom and even smaller shows. We're out there constantly looking for cool things, and we're just looking for things that are going to, honestly, like delight Xbox players. And because there's such a wide variety of players, that can be anything. It can be a really hardcore game, it can be a really niche game, it can be a game from a 200-person team, it can be a game from like a one-man or one-woman team, and I wish I could tell you exactly what the formula was for like, hey, how do we find a game that we think is really special? Because if I could write it down, it'd be easier. But instead, we just, you just know when you see them. They're just like, oh, like that one's got the something, the it factor.
Yeah. And it's actually quite cool to see that other publishers are doing the same thing. You've got like the Square Enix Collective, for example, or you have Sony's XDev program. What's it like, and why do you think people come to you? Because you've got some really good games.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing to see in the sort of maybe like, I guess almost now 9 years since kind of the indie games burst into the mainstream with that first Summer of Arcade on Xbox Live Arcade back on the 360. Just watching the growth of the industry has been fantastic, and watching the growth of indies. And of course, there's like, tons of great developers out there, and tons of great options for them, whether it's, working with a third-party publisher, working with a platform holder. For us at ID at Xbox, we see our job as just to make developers' lives as easy as possible. We want to make sure players have this great variety of games, and that means make developers' lives easy, share as much information with them as possible, and just, and we'll get the games. And so far it seems to be working. And obviously there's always lots to do. We're always working on improving, but, just trying to be as true to developers as we can, and as focused on making life easy for them as possible really seems to have resonated.
And as a developer, what's that like to have, this huge company like Xbox who are right behind you, like, yeah, we've
I know, it's great. I mean, having that support and having like the help and advice that they give us is it's invaluable. It really is.
And now, obviously, this is like your third game at this point, or sort of.
Kind of,
did mods and stuff in the past, connected to Armor and King of the Kill. What is it like now? It's kind of, you've gone from strength to strength. Your game is like the most played thing on Twitch right now. You've got like the backing of massive companies. How's that been?
It's pretty good. No, I mean, I'm really I'm holding my celebration. Like, it's nice, the success we've seen. We passed 3 million copies sold on PC, which is insane to me. But I'll be happy once we have a stable platform there for games, and then I'll celebrate. We've still got months work to do, on the game and stuff like that. And the success is great, but it's really just, made us batten down the hatches and kind of go, okay, let's get this finished.
Yeah, I was going to say, because with so many more eyes on you, the pressure must be.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're happy. Like, we have our plan. We have a really strong development team. Like our executive producer Chang Kim, he's just a very clever man. Like, you've met him, and
he's awesome.
He plans everything down to like the finest detail, and as a result, we've been able to do this development at a hair's pace.
Well, I was going to say, like, early access kind of has almost a bad reputation these days, because some games can remain in kind of a fluxed state for such a long time. But I've been playing your game for a long time now. It doesn't feel like an early access game. It feels like a finished product. But
well, that was our plan. Like, as I said, like, I saw a lot of games go into early access, and I felt it was sort of like a poison pill almost, that that if you say this, people are immediately going to judge your game, and it happens. It's natural. But we wanted to have a really stable game going into early access. Because we're using it as like early access beta, that we're using it for optimization and performance tuning and this kind of stuff.
Are you still holding true to that original mantra of you will build optimization and stability before adding like big gameplay elements or things like cosmetics?
I mean, like, we have focused on optimization so far. We're going to be adding cosmetics after we launch. We may have to add the system in like a month or so before we go just to test it, But in general, we're focused on optimization. We're focused on finishing the platform, and then we'll worry about monetization and all that kind of stuff.
A question that I have been asked while streaming myself, people have asked, will you keep the cosmetics that you've earned now when the game launches?
Yeah, you should do. Yeah.
So I'll keep my nice coat.
I was going to say, we're going to keep the coat.
Yeah.
you'll be able to keep that all the way through. We may reset the points and stuff like that, but coming out of early access. But the skins, we don't see any reason to give away or take away.
What is with that coat? Why is that lauded so highly? It's like worth $800 on Steam right now. What's the coat about?
I don't know. It's just a rare coat. It's like it was our pre-order. You know, we had limited numbers, and as a result, it's. But this is what we want from our skin economy: is that you do have rarity. You do have that chance to get a great skin from getting a case. You know that it's. I think it rewards people for playing the game.
That coat's my retirement fund.
Yeah, that's sat in my Steam inventory, just getting healthier and healthier.
What was it like stepping out on the stage at the Xbox press conference?
Nerve-wracking as all hell.
Yeah.
Should have done it in a ghillie suit.
I know, right? No, it was great though, because we had like what's his name, Dirk? Is it Dirk? Someone or other. He's like a speech coach, and you know that we had 4 or 5 rehearsals, and you know it was all done so clinically and so well that you know I was really nervous because the penultimate rehearsal, they had actually people sitting out front. And before that, it was just you were kind of doing it to an empty hall, and that was fine. And then doing it to like people, you're like, get nervous. But then when I actually did the thing, just a huge sense of relief. You know, I was going, all I can do is fuck up. You know, it's like, that's all I can do. And I didn't. And I was
You didn't get memed.
No, I was happy.
Yeah.
No big mistakes.
No
you
big
know,
memeing.
it's...
Don't be a meme. It's like the only advice you can give anybody.
But it was great because in the green room we had all the speakers, and you know when we were going out, big clap. You know, you can do it, and came back and everyone did their piece pretty much, you know, perfectly.
Yeah.
There was no major screw ups at all from anyone, which was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So you're not really releasing any. You're just saying later this year. You're when it's ready, basically.
Yeah, exactly. When we're happy with the build we have, but later this year is the plan.
But in terms of other ID at Xbox titles, we've got Tacoma coming out very soon.
Yeah, Tacoma on August 2nd.
Cuphead finally has a
September
release
29th.
date.
September 29th. I don't know which camera I'm supposed to look at. But yeah, pre-order now. It's awesome. We're super happy for those guys. And that game is just looking like spectacular.
I still have to figure out what's the one, Escape from...
Oh, the Artful Escape. That game is... Have you guys seen it?
I've not in that
Oh.
yet.
Yeah, watch that trailer and try to figure out what it's about.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's playable in the Xbox booth, and
really?
it's
Okay.
just like just an unbelievable journey game.
It's like if Monty Python made a
Snowboarding.
movie, basically, in a game. It's...
Snowboarding and air guitar.
Right.
Something that might be fun for you to do. We've got PlayerUnknown Battleground playable at our booth downstairs.
Oh, really?
If you go downstairs and get a chicken dinner in front of people,
Imagine.
my hero.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I would fail.
You're not telling me you've never got a chicken dinner in your own game.
Oh, I have, but I've been carried by my team.
That's the only reason I haven't got top 5. Yeah, exactly.
It's all right. Well, I don't mind carrying my teammates if they're good. Chicken dinner's chicken dinner.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, here. Oh, yes, I remember this because I thought it looked like Double Finey, actually.
Yeah,
I was watching the trailer.
it's from Annapurna's the publisher, and those are a great crew. And the game is just like it's impossible to play this demo without like just having a huge smile on your face at the end. And like same with watching the video. It's just there's just something really special about this.
When I saw the trailer, I was like, "Is John Lennon somehow made a game?"
Pretty much.
His name is
come
Johnny
from?
Galvatron. So
That's an incredible name. I might change my name to that.
You can. I'd go for that. Another one that I thought looked really cool is Ashen.
yeah, Ashen's awesome from Aurora 44 down in New Zealand. Like, you know, we showed that a couple years ago on stage. I think I teased it a little bit. Everybody got really excited. And those guys have been heads down since then, just working on it. And you look at this game, and like the art is just unbelievable. And then what they're doing with just the environment, and then then you start to play the game, and it's like, holy cow! Like this game is going to be. I think this is really, really something special, and super creepy, but it's going to be a really, really fun title.
It kind of looks like it has elements of Dark Souls, but is also kind of adding a more presence of co-op to it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's definitely gonna have co-op, and but it's definitely got that sort of Dark Souls sort of vibe. And I think it's not gonna be a super easy game to play. Like I think it's gonna have some challenge in there for players.
Is that the new idea Xbox mantra? Where you're getting games that are really hard to play because PlayerUnknown, you've got this. You're just
absolutely
stressing
not.
everyone out now.
Cuphead.
Battlegrounds is not hard to play. It's easy.
It's hard
to play.
to win.
It's hard to win. It's hard to win. However, I do recommend camping as a good strategy if you want to get a top 20.
Well,
And a
this is like if
frying
you
pan.
want to win, like I don't care how many kills you get. If you come in second, you still lost. You know, it's like, you know, if you win, it doesn't matter how you do it, you just win. There is no bad strategy. There is no right way to play the game.
Have you seen the very outlandish strategies of some of the players that have been trying to do different things, like a pair won a game of Battlegrounds without getting a kill?
Yes.
Someone beat it by only using a car?
Mm-hmm.
Are you expecting the Xbox players to kind of get even more insane with it then?
Oh, yeah.
I think there can be some fun achievement design too. with
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of the-
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was just gonna say there could be some fun to be had. Some punny achievement titles.
Because I was talking with someone like that they had a custom game of just pans and grenades, right? So that's all it was, pans and grenades. And I was talking, well, maybe we should make the pan that it can deflect grenades, so you can like bat the grenade away and play
That's
some,
awesome.
you know,
Like
grenade
grenade
handball. Yeah, grenade tennis. There you go.
That'd be great. That's a whole mode right there.
Frying pan is the end game loot in that game. I've been saved before by being shot in the back and just pinging off my frying pan.
And that was like a ninja commit by one of our developers. He told no one he was putting it in.
Oh,
he just worked on it, and then the next day was like, "See, your ninja commit made the front page of PC Gamer." It's like, oh, okay,
Do more of those.
yeah.
Are you kind of embracing that idea in your development team, being like, just do stuff that is going to be kind of outlandish, but hey, see if it works?
Oh yeah, like we trust like our various teams to kind of like if they believe in a good enough idea and they bring it to us, we'll run with it. You know, it's like we're very much, there is no right way to do it. It's like come with an idea, and if it works, it works.
Has there been any ideas that have been even too outlandish that you've had to be like, all right, we're crazy?
I've
but
had
not
a
this
few that
crazy."
I've had to politely tell them why it's not a good idea. But
Give us a few. Give us your.
oh well, no, not just little things like, you know, having the blue zone, play zone in different shapes, which a circle is good because it's balanced. You know,
Right.
having it like a octagon and stuff like that. I had to be diplomatic and kind of go,
Yeah.
no.
If you're stuck in the corner of a square, just be like, oh god,
Yeah,
you're
right.
chasing me."
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on. We're very excited to play even more PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Thanks for
That's
having us.
basically.
Yeah,
It's
that's
okay.
all my computer's used for at this point.
Thanks for that, guys.
But thank you so much. And make sure you stay tuned here on the GameSpot stream. We're going to be going to the co-op stage on the show floor at E3, where kind of funny, you're going to be talking to Marvel Games, hopefully about Spider-Man. Stay tuned.